What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got another quick little review for you of a pretty cool little knife. This one was sent to me by none other than FredTheLug. Thank you, Fred, for sending this one and quite a few other pretty cool ones along for me to check out and show off on the channel. Before we get into it, hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe if you would like to listen to me ramble on some more. I really appreciate that. Thanks to all my Patreons, channel members. You guys are awesome. And subscribers, everyone that has been so supportive of me. Pretty awesome, man. Great community. Let's get into the knife. Go ahead and do like the overview specs, and then we'll finish out with kind of like my final thoughts. This is the Kubey Hyde liner lock. Let's go ahead and measure it. Tape measure here. All right, tip of the blade into the handle. Looking at right at 7 inches, pretty close to 7 inches, maybe a hair shy of it. So what I would say is kind of like a medium-sized knife. I think it's pretty close to the rat too. We're about to find out here in just a second. But for overall blade length, you're looking at right at 3 1/8 if you go all the way back to where it meets up with the handle there. Cutting edge on this bad boy. I'm wanting to say 2 3/4. Yeah, right at 2 3/4 on the cutting edge there. So definitely what I would consider kind of like a medium-sized knife, but pretty comfortable little carry. Actually kind of surprised me. Let's see. Blade stock thickness. Calibers, you're looking at 123 thousandths, thickest part of the spine on the belly here, and you can see Fred's definitely used this one decent little bit. 24 thousandths on the behind the edge, and handle thickness right around a little over 500 thousandths there. So kind of a thicker handle for that size of a knife, I would say, but it's pretty comfortable. All right, so let's see. We'll get into some size comparisons here. Get out a couple of the usual suspects. You got the cold steel knives 8010 and your Demco knives 80-20.5. A little difference in the Ultim there between the Demco and the Kubey. All right, let's see what else we got here. You got the Ontario knives, Rat. It's Rat Model 1. And here is the Ontario Rat Model 2. So pretty comparable. I mean, I was pretty close to that, I think. Pretty comparable in size of the Rat 2. That choil area a little bit bigger on the Rat 2 actually. Pretty close as far as the cutting edge too. So draw a few comparisons there between that and the Rat 2, I guess. All right, last of the usual suspects here. Got your Spyderco knives, Paramilitary 2. Spyderco Para 3 right there. Closer, of course, to the Para 3, but the Para 3 is still a little bit longer overall while having a little bit less cutting edge. A lot of that thanks to the ergonomics and full forward choil on the Para 3. All right, let's see. Get out some random ones here. There's your CJRB Pyrite Light. What I would consider a budget knife. And also another budget knife there. The Sencut Watuga. All right. Put up the Watuga. Watuga, always a fun name to say. Knife name to say, I guess. All right, there is your Microtech Stitch. Here's your Microtech MSI, wearing a fancy pair of original goat scales. So definitely smaller than both of those for sure. And let's see, we got the DeWalt framing hammer. All right, and there's your 8-inch USA made crescent wrench right there. Normal size comparisons for a knife channel, right? All right, and last but not least, let's do a couple of Kubeys. You got the Kubey. This one is another one that Fred sent. This is the Tylos, or no, not the Tylos. That's a Artisan knife. This is the Momentum. All right. One of the more premium Kubeys, I guess. And this is the only Kubey I own, also in Ultim and blacked out. That is the Tidius, Kubey Tidius, giggity. So a little bit of a comparison there, and pretty much the same Ultim, same blacked out hardware, kind of matching right there. So that's pretty cool with those two. All right, put up the Kubeys. Keep one Kubey out. Get the scale here. All right, let's do a weight on this bad boy. I'm gonna guess 3.2 ounces. That'd be my guess. You can kind of look in that Ultim there and see that it is milled out a little bit. Maybe you can see it, kind of skeletonized. Got a little bit of milling in there. I don't know. I'm gonna say 3.2 ounces, 3.6, a little off as usual. But yeah, 3.6 ounces. So over an ounce an inch ratio, but not really that big of a deal, I don't think. There is the old blue jeans. Deep pocket carry clip, works pretty good. Never had an issue with Kubeys. They kind of bend down towards the end, so they don't catch quite as bad as the Civivis do. And pretty solid deep carry pocket clip, I would say. This thing carries pretty good. Grabbed a little bit of length there from the from the blue jeans. All right, put the blue jeans up. Let's see, where is my driver? There it is. All right, so single-sided captive pivot on this side with the Kubey logo. Hardware check, T8 on the body, which is really good. And I'm wanting to say that's a T6, I think. T8 and T8. All right, so pocket clip screws. Let me make sure of that, or I tell you guys wrong. But yeah, T6 on the pocket clip, T8 everywhere else. Not really that big of a deal. Just make sure you use some quality hardware if you do swap those around. Looks like that goes into that barrel spacer, kind of in the back right there. That top screw does, and you got a spot there to take the clip off, put it as a lefty carry. And that is a T8 also on that side. All right, so that's pretty much it for specs, the overview. Get into the review part of it. Looking at it, really solid looking knife. I don't dislike the way it looks. Looks like a ton of other, knives in the budget category, and it kind of is. I mean, it's 14C28N on the blade steel. Absolutely no issue with that. That's a pretty good blade steel for the price range. The one in Ultim does cost a little more, about 80 bucks off of the Kubey site, but you can find them a little cheaper than that. That's a little steep to me. I think it should be probably priced around 60 bucks, but Kubey does do sales a lot, and they do have a lot of people with discount coupon codes. Big Red, I think, is one of them that's got a lot of times they'll have the Kubey discount codes. I don't have an affiliate with Kubey, but they do have some sales and some deals going on all the time. Really good action on it. As far as actuation, you can grab it right here, use that as a front flipper. You can also index it with ease. Really easy. I am terrible at front flipping. Can do that really easy. The reverse flip works really good too. Not full access to that opening hole, but enough to where you can get your finger in there and fairly easily get a good reverse flick on it. And of course, slow rolling it works just as well too. Pretty comfortable with that. It is a little bit fidgety with that front flipper, so that is one cool thing about it. Jimping all up here. Pretty comfortable front flipper. Actuation is really good with the lock engagement. Full on lock. Got a little bit of jimping right there on the liner lock. Bearings is what it's running on. So fully open, you hit it. Once you clear the lock, right about there is your detent. So kind of early. Pass it up and you got all that room to go down. So no flipper. Got that front flipper that is fairly hidden, right? I mean, it's not hidden. It's you can still easily see it sticking out there, but it's not obtrusive. It doesn't stick out like that or anything. So I think that's pretty neat. Altogether, ergonomics are pretty good on it. Not hand melting, not something I would look at like the Shaman or the SNG, you know, and just say, man, that looks like it handles really well, and then grab it and be like, man, it does handle well. No, I mean, the ergonomics are good on it. They're not terrible at all. I wouldn't say they're terrible. A little bit of contouring on that Ultim, a little bit going on. It's rounded. Doesn't cut into your finger or your hands whenever you're grabbing it. Not really like a hot spot on the clip or anything. You can choke up right there, not fully onto the blade, but you can kind of move your finger all the way up and kind of rest it on that flat. Is actually pretty comfortable. It doesn't look like it, but it kind of is. So good job on that one. I think that's a pretty good overall knife. I wouldn't put it on my most recommendable knives playlist just because of the fact that I think it should be probably about 20 bucks cheaper, especially if they're wanting to compete with some other companies. Civivi, Syncut, Pickled Steel is a new one, you know, that's kind of emerged on the scene. A lot of good budget companies nowadays. Vosteed, CJRB. So, you know, I think they should probably lower the price on it to compete with them. But then again, that is 80 bucks coming right off of the Kubey site. So there may be other deals. BladeHQ, White Mountain Knives, wherever else, and also you can periodically find some pretty good discount codes for them too. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's the Kubey Hyde liner lock Ultim 14C28N. Thank you, FredTheLug. This one's going to be a giveaway knife. The next regular Saturday live stream that I have, I don't know if it's going to be when you're watching this. Not sure when I'm going to post this video, but the next, after this post, regular Saturday live stream that I have, this is going to be a giveaway knife, and that's thanks to FredTheLug. I think it's a pretty solid giveaway knife myself. A little bit of wear, you know, on that finish right there. Whoever wins it, I'm going to ask them if they want me to touch the edge up. I can put a screaming sharp edge on that. It is, it's not like totally dull, but you can tell they definitely used it right. So I would love to win this one as a giveaway. I think it's a solid knife, even despite the little bit of wear there. So thought that was pretty cool of FredTheLug to send that along, and big shout out to him. So hit the like button if you like the content. Again, guys, appreciate it. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Thanks to everyone for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.